Oh my word. 1,000 plus horsepower. Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting this immediately because we have limited time to do all we want to do. And so here we go. Wow. At the same time, we're doing a car-to-car film shoot with the GT3 up front to the left. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous machine. And of course, I get to drive the GT2 RS in today's video, and I've got you guys with me on this one. For the exhaust, there we go. She's a bit on the loud side now. Of course, we have got an outrageous amount of horsepower. Outrageous. Living the dream. 750 Newton meters of torque. Oh, listen to that. Feels way more live than that GT3 that I drove before. Being able to chase a GT3 and a GT2 RS, is there anything more insane than that? I've driven cars with more than 900 horsepower, 765 LT with our Novitec power upgrade, but this feels so much more live, I have to tell you. Wow! And that sport exhaust system from FPM, I'm just going to use the abbreviation. Oh, it sounds good. It's not the loudest version of this car, of the exhaust system, that is. You can have it louder than this, but the question is if you really want to or need to. Right folks, now you've heard the sound of the GT3 with that sport exhaust system. And I bet you're curious to see what this one sounds like. If you haven't seen the film with the GT3, then click top left side of the screen and you can go and have a look at that on our channel. Of course, it's our Desi battle. We need to see how loud the GT2 RS is. And of course, it's got the same kind of system. It's not the loudest version. It's not the softest version. This is the version that a customer wanted. And so let's see just how loud it is on maximum. Surprisingly, it's a little bit softer than the GT3, obviously, because it's a turbocharged engine, tipping the charts at 118.5. Impeccable, impeccable, what an experience. Oh, what an experience. I am at a loss for words. Rightfully so, wouldn't you be either? Oh, mother. Listen to that exhaust. This has got to be one of the most insane things I have ever ever driven. The 765 LT of Novitec is special, and we've got close to 1,000 horsepower in that car. This is over 1,000 and sends all of that to the rear axle through that 7-speed PDK. But Porsche had a really big thing in mind when they created this car. They wanted to make an absolute lightweight weapon, and they totally did. For example, it's part of the roof. It's made out of magnesium. There are a whole bunch of carbon fiber parts. The hood over here, the hood at the back, the wing, for example, and there's more of that. Then the side and the rear windows made out of polycarbonate. Then we have, what else was there? There was made the exhaust system out of titanium. That's in the standard one. This one's got a different exhaust system in, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. It's just everything that they've put together in order to make this car as light as possible, which is why this has a wet weight of less than 1,500 kilos, 1,470. That, with the original power of 700 horses and 750 Newton meters, is already insane. 2.7 seconds to 100, 340 top speed, all of that totally irrelevant, because this car, having been tuned by Friedrich Performance Manufaktur, just took the rule book, urinated on it, and threw it out the window. Full lock ABS, you can feel the tires are slightly warmer than the road, but still, we're in a category where too much of your right foot is going to be sideways happiness. I just felt that with the brakes. Immediately start slipping, but just what a joy. And the feeling that it gives you, pure purebred track machineless. I know that there's just a few of them out there in the world. Not around every corner you can get a GT2 RS. And this one, oh, by the way, what rubbish am I telling you? 700 horsepower and 750 Newton meters of torque is what you have in the standard one. I forgot to mention that this one has more than 1,000 horsepower. Yes. You see, the guys at FBM, they work on the aesthetics of these Porsches just like we do at Novitec on our brands that we work on. But they also fiddle with the power. And so here, I don't remember the exact number. I asked just before and Maurice just said, and I said 1,000 and he was like, more. I think it's 1,032 or 1,061 horsepower. That's what we have here, friends. On the back axle, you don't get this in a manual, because in standard form, the 700 horsepower and the 750 Newton meters of torque, you mess one thing up and you need a new clutch. And that exhaust. They say it's difficult to make turbocharged cars sound fantastic. These guys have absolutely hit the nail on the head. Oh, Papa. Very nice and loose at the back. Now that's not all that FBM, short for Friedrich Performance Manufaktur, did to this car. So let's talk about the other little extras. For example, this front splitter over here in carbon fiber is a bigger one. It's extended slightly towards the front. As well, you've got these beautiful frames just before the inlet for the radiator. And I love how they just hide, or hug rather, the LEDs over there. Then you've got these fins on the side, forces the air that hits the car on the side front here upwards, thereby creating a bit more downforce onto the nose. Of course, all the cavities you see here in the front takes the oncoming air, cools the radiators, pushes some of that through here over the car, creating downforce. This car by itself is really about a lot of aero. So fitted some new wheels onto this car. Beautiful 20 inch in the front. Love these golden rims. It's like they knew I was coming. 21 inch at the back, and they've also fitted the greater side skirts. Now, we did also drive the new Porsche, the 992 GT3, that they've also worked on. You'll recognize some of the parts are similar. Some of the things that they've done to the cars are similar. One of that, of course, are the side skirts on the side. They just really lovely, protruding slightly towards the outside. The rest of the party happens here at the back. Carbon fiber wing over here, carbon fiber engine cover, but from FPM, the rear, the entire rear section, the diffuser, that is new and in carbon fiber as well. Goes all the way around here, lifts up almost towards the shoulder of the car. Let's talk about the exhaust of this car. It is absolutely mental, as I'm sure you guys recall from the drive we just did. There are flaps, so it can be slightly regulated as well. In this package, as you have it here, kicks out 1018 horsepower. And that's not just thanks to obviously a new exhaust system, but also to the fact that they've increased the power by fiddling with the software. Then all the coolers on the car, your air coolers, your water coolers, your oil coolers, all of them have been upgraded as well as the intake system on this car, which is what gives it that free breathing feeling and chasing up, how's it? Chasing up the power to over 1000 horsepower, which makes it riveting to drive. Top speed, I'm not 100% sure, definitely north of the 340 that Porsche says for the standard one. He personally said that he drove this at 380 kilometers per hour and there was still some space to go. So we'll see. Shortly we're going to take it out onto the autobahn and see how free it is and stretch its legs, stretch the legs, see how fast it's going to go. As we said, the intake has been improved. There's a new intake system and it feeds all of that air to the new 2 upgraded turbochargers. This, of course, being a 3.8 litre flat 6 engine with 2 turbochargers. They are bigger, they are better, and they're stronger, they make lots of muscle. So I think that is about it when it comes to the outside of this car. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it, and if you've seen the film on the GT3, let me know between the two of those, in an optical sense, which one you guys would prefer. Let's look at the interior. In case you haven't realized that Porsche was into the business of making this car very sporty and very quick and race car track ready, well then maybe the fact that it's fitted with a full-blown roll cage at the rear as well as bucket seats and numerous ways in which you can gird yourself into that should hint to the fact that it is an absolute brute monster. I think that's it for us for the moment. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We are going to show you the POV a bit later in this week, so make sure to tune in for that. And if you want to, you can like and subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, me personally, Beyond the Cook or Novitec Group, or you can pay them a visit on their site as well. Thanks so much for joining us. Until next time. Ciao. Phenomenal, guys, an absolute pleasure this has been being out with you in this GT2 RS. Again, just Friedrich, performance manufacturer. Just such a huge thank you to you guys, and thank you to Porsche for making such a phenomenal piece of machinery. Hallelujah. Don't want to let go of this. Don't want to let go of this. It's been profound. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. See you in the next video. Ciao.